Hello friends, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion, beautiful Katie, and we are in, as you saw, Battle Creek, Michigan. But we are here today to celebrate the great career of Del Shannon, and your old pal Jordan the Lion is actually going to help participate in this big night. Little surprise. Daze with Jordan the Lion, you all, begins right now. Here's the man performing tonight that invited us, James Popenhagen.
Hello everybody, how are you? Woo! Runaway come on, and my dad said, I know the guy that sang that song, his name's Charlie Westover. All right, Dad, you know. My dad was a truck driver, and we were your typical Battle Creek, great hard-working family. And even my mother hadn't heard about Del Shannon yet, so it was quite the surprise. But Del came to kick off the grand opening right here in 1986 for the Kellogg Arena with Chubby Checker. Right? That's a long time ago. And Johnny Tilton. And he played with this guitar chord right here.
That's awesome.
And wore this ring that I have on tonight, this bracelet, so we brought Del Shannon home to Battle Creek, right?
Yeah.
Hands off to love. He broke your heart, just like you broke mine with me. Said we must part. You told me lies, so it's your turn and do. And this is one of my favorite songs. It's the only song in the whole album that features Tom Petty. And he rings a bell in the morning as a conductor and says, well, good morning. 1, 2, 3. What kind of fool would stick around and pick the things I do? And down the middle I can't breathe, the top of the bottom just fell on my head. It was in 1963, and he had a dispute with his manager, so he refused to do any more original songs because they weren't paying him his royalty rate. And so he said, I'll cut some more records with you, but they're going to be covers. And this is one that Del used to do at the High-Low Club. And Wes Kilborn used to say, play it again, Del. And he'd say, Jesus, Wes, we've done it 15 times. Come on to me. It's a Dale Shannon original, but it's not a one that maybe a lot of people know, but it was another one from Drop Down and Get Me, and we really like it, and Craig said, you gotta do it, so he's the son of Dale Shannon, I do it. There she's standing out on the street. She's telling you she's the kind of girl you like to be. I know she looks so good. I'll help you if I could. I'll tell you what she'll do. She'll make a fool of you. The liar. Dale wrote this song when he lived in Detroit, Michigan, and he was going under a bridge, and he heard, "I pieces," and he went, "I don't know what that is, but I like that line, I go to pieces." So he went home and he wrote this song for a guy named Lloyd Brown here in Battle Creek. He was a black entertainer, he used to play the El Grotto, and when Dale Shannon and Bob Copenhagen wasn't at the Hilo, they were at the El Grotto. You guys remember the El Grotto? The only caveat was, Bob would say, "Charlie, for God's sake, take those cowboy boots off. This ain't the Hilo." He wrote this song for a guy named Lloyd Brown. It didn't go anywhere. Dale tried for a couple of years. He took it over to Australia and he played it for Peter and Gordon. Yeah, that's right. This is their signature song, written by Dale Shannon. I don't know if you knew that. Here we go. I turn my eyes, look the other way. They don't seem to hear a word I say, and I go to pieces and I wanna cry. I go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. It was Roger Miller. He was just pretending to be, elevator operator, and he was picking the song, and Dale said, "I like that song, what's it called?" And he said, "Well, I haven't finished it, but I'll play you this other one." And he played Dale the Swiss Maid, and Dale said, "I like the Swiss Maid, but I like that other song better." So Roger says, "Come down in the morning in the lobby and I'll give it to you." So Dale goes down there, and he waits and waits. He gets a bellhop, and he said, "Where's Roger Miller?" And he said, "Roger, he flew out at midnight back to LA, he's out of here." So we'll never know what that other song is, but this one is a song that this did go top 40 for Dale in America, but it went to number 2 in Australia and England, and it goes like this. Little Roger Miller song went top 10. I'll tell you this too. One time on Johnny Carson's show, Roger Miller said, "My first real royalty check came from Dale Shannon." So there you go. One time, a long time ago, on a mountain in Switzerland, yo-lo-lo-lo, there lived a fair young lady, a lovely but lonely, oh. There you meet a nice young man, you'll ask for your hand, then you'll be happy. Oop-a-bye, 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 oop-a-bye. Back in 1963, he had all of his hits with all those minors, and his managers wanted him to try something different. So they brought in a guy that worked in a jelly factory in Detroit who couldn't play any instruments. He became a great friend of Katie and I's later in life, but he had great lyrics, and he'd come into Dale Shannon's home. And one thing about Dale Shannon, by the way, whenever he worked with somebody, you would go to somebody's office in Hollywood, and that's the normal thing when you write with somebody or something. Dale Shannon would bring you home, Shirley would bake a pie and have dinner, and that's how Dale worked with celebrities. And the guy said, "I got this idea, Dale," and it's, "Here she comes, walking down the street, walking in the wall, little town flirt." Dale said, "Hold it. I like Little Town Flirt. Let's work on the rest." And then they wrote this top 10 hits. Here she comes,
Here she comes,
that little town flirt.
here she comes,
Falling for her, but you're gonna get her. Yeah, you can get her. patron of the high-low, still had a handwritten set list of Del's, and it was one of his last sets he did at the high-low. And so these next few songs we're going to do are what he did at the high-low just before he left Battle Creek to go do Runaway and be Del Shannon. So this is one that he did every night at the high-low club and brought the place down. So we're going to do this ballad. People see us everywhere. They think you really care. But my heart I can't deceive. I know it's only make-believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes and my dreams come true. My one and only you. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's only make-believe. Someday you'll care for me, but it's only make-believe. The biggest artist that influenced Del Shannon was Hank Williams. Bar none, yeah. Let's give a hand for old Hank, right?
Yeah.
Senior. So we worked up a little piano thing here for Del Shannon and this old Hank Williams song. I know that I should leave, but then I just can't go. Honey, you went again. Pretty woman, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty woman, look my way. Pretty woman, say you'll stay with me. I've been watching his videos for years, and he got a hold of me and he said, thinking about doing a story, a few episodes on Del and different places he lived. With our love, that was so strong. And as I still walk on, I think of things we've gone together. All our hearts were young. Tears are falling and I feel the pain. Wishing you were here by me to end this misery, and I wonder, you do it. That's good, and I wonder. And I'm walking in the rain. Tears are falling and I feel the pain. Wishing you were here by me. Del Shannon proud, guys. Come on. Take you on the road. And I wonder where you're gonna stay, yeah. My little runaway. Ladies and gentlemen, James Copenhagen.
And it's actually going to be a whole weekend, so they're having a car show and everything as well. Now we're here for the Del Shannon car show. Look at that beauty. I love it. Spotted this one coming in. They have some pretty cool cars out here. I mean, at least the kind of cars I love to see. Look at this DeSoto. How cool is that? I love the style of this car. '49 Chevy. Look at this beauty. The interior and everything of this is amazing. And look in the back. This is just great. Wow, man. This is like the kind of, like you could run a podcast and it would be visually amazing right out of the back of this. I love it. Whoa, look at this. That is super cool. I've never seen one like totally opened up like that before. Man, that is cool. Even some of the older vehicles, nice classic look. Look at this. Actually, both of these are great. Cool thing is they're holding this in an arboretum where they have these really fascinating wood carvings into trees, and they have like this artistic forest here. I'll show you guys at the end of the vlog. Show you some of the cool cars here. Not everything. So we were told about this at the concert. They said one of the cars out there will be called the Little Runaway with the Little Town Flirt, and it's a Dell like themed car, and here it is. It's even got Dell on the back of it. So if you look, it says Little Town Flirt, one of Dell's hits, as well as Little Runaway. And it's got Dell, a little like cartoon Dell on there. Dell with his wife. The etching, that's cool. And that's the front of the Little Runaway. Very cool. It's also neat if you look at the Little Runaway. Look at the back, the trailer that we saw, that's what it looks like. Wow. Yeah, they have some great looking cars here. This old Jaguar. Look at what's driving in. Is Arthur Bach in that thing? Over here they got a bunch of Roadsters. 1927 Roadster right there. That's a good looking car, look at that. Here's a beautiful Stingray, beautiful blue Stingray. So here's the start of our fantasy forest. You can see the dragon carved into these. And Katie, what did we read? That all these trees had been eaten away by, what was it called?
Emerald ash borer. So it goes in and it basically will kill and destroy a tree, but I'm sure that makes it kind of unique where they could do sculptures with all these different things.
Yeah, so they took these trees and they turned it into a work of art. So we're gonna share it with you. Fantasy Forest. Wow, look at that one. This is like a butterfly queen. Is there a butterfly? Here we have a castle. Some little mini moats and stuff out front. The place we're at is called the Layla Arboretum. Look at this one. They turned it into a UFO scene. So it's like a farm on the bottom part of it and a UFO sucking things up, people and animals up. So there's your farm. I just think this is so cool. This is like beyond cool. So there it's sucking you up into the vortex. There's a bear, there's a man, and there's the UFO. Over here we have like a roadside man that they would make out of like a propane tank buried in the tree. Like embedded right there into the tree. Whole body. Then over here we have dragons. It's like 2 dragons busting up, and there's a castle with a wizard on top of it. How awesome. We're not showing you all of them because there's a ton of these. We're just showing you our favorites. Some of the more elaborate ones, like this genie popping out of the lamp. How cool. Here's his lamp, or vase, or it looks like a water pitcher, but there it is. And then over here, they have a giant troll mouth with like some animals going around it. There you can see the mouth. Here we have a moose with a walking stick or a cane. Then over here we have Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox painted on them. Instead of carved, they're actually painted. Then this one has another dragon on top of it, but on the base it has some skulls. Let's take a look at that. And then this one's like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. It's a Yeti. Great face. Well, my friends, now that we have found the vegetable version of Janis Joplin and Gene Simmons, David Bowie, Prince, I think we can call it a day. Thank you all for watching Del Shannon Weekend. We'll have more coming to you. Have a great night and goodbye.